Hello there, and welcome to part 6 of What If Charlos joins the Strawhats, where a fat-ass celestial dragon changes his fate, eating a devil fruit and becoming a much different man. How will the story go? For that, continue watching. So without any further ado, let's get started. The slip fruit allows the user to slip past anything that physically touches them. They also have the ability to choose what to slip out of, so they can choose not to slip out of their clothes which are physically touching them. Lightning is also made of electrons, but it is a physical substance, so it can slip out of a person due to it connecting to someone physically. Lightning can also slip out of Charlos' body due to its slippery nature, and that shocks Enel. Enel tries one more time, this time with a stronger lightning bolt. It once again slips past Charlos, who grins, rushing towards Enel to hit him. Enel turns intangible, allowing Charlos to go through him. Charlos is annoyed but covers it up by laughing in Enel's face, mocking him. If Enel was a real god, he should be able to touch him, but a fake god can never be untouchable like Charlos himself is, a real god. Enel, who's insanely pissed, uses El Thor, his own heavenly judgment, which creates a hole where Charlos is standing. But Charlos is unaffected, all the lightning slipping out from his slippery body. While Charlos is showing his arrogance outwardly, he is questioning on how to damage Enel, because anything he does to Enel is ineffective. Enel's observation haki is so good that he can feel the irritation of Charlos, quickly deducing what he is thinking, before smiling in arrogance. Enel loudly proclaims how a fake god is calling a real god a fake just because he cannot be touched. But a god is not just unreachable, he is also omniscient and all-powerful. Charlos isn't that, so even if he is less of a god than he claims to be, Enel is the one true god, since he is unreachable. He is also omniscient and the most powerful person in this entire world. This ticks Charlos off, and he comments that Enel is nowhere near the strongest pirate, Shanks. Hell, Charlos himself has seen the so-called strongest in the world, the admirals, and Enel is nowhere near them. This pisses off Enel, since Charlos is implying that Enel is an ant compared to the people that Charlos knows. Both Enel and Charlos start insulting each other, Enel trying to kill Charlos with more and more volts of lightning, everything slipping off Charlos' body. And as much Charlos tries to damage Enel, nothing works, resulting in a stalemate that frustrates both Enel and Charlos. While Enel knows that he is the strongest, he needs to figure out a way to hit Charlos, which he is working on. Charlos, though, is angry at the fact that he cannot damage Enel at all. He knows that he is weaker than Enel, but his untouchable powers make him believe that he cannot be touched. Charlos thinks of himself as the strongest in the crew due to the fact that he cannot be touched, even if Luffy, Zoro and even Sanji are much stronger than him. His god complex makes him think like that, and that is the same thing happening here. He cannot accept that he cannot damage Enel, since he has damaged all of his opponents he has fought before. Charlos tries everything in his arsenal, but nothing works, pissing him off even more. But he and Enel try to find a way to get past each other's untouchable natures, and unfortunately, it is Enel who comes up with something first. Enel gathers lightning into his palms, compressing it into a small ball before firing it like a small beam towards Charlos, making him slip past Charlos' arm. But Charlos immediately grabs his arm and screams in pain, making Enel look at the burnt area in Charlos' arm, realizing Charlos' weakness. Not only does Enel get to know about it, but so does Charlos. Any attack that is physical, whether it be punches or even lightning, can slip past Charlos, but there is still a secondary effect to look out for. For example, a water ball shot at Charlos would slip past Charlos, but a huge amount of water shot at Charlos will drown him, since he still needs air to live. Similarly to that, lightning has an effect of generating heat, and when compressed, shooting it towards Charlos would burn him. And since Charlos' body cannot slip past fire, the secondary effect will still land on Charlos, which is why if Smoker were to grab onto Charlos, he wouldn't slip past smoke as it doesn't physically grab him. Rather, it creates a coating in which Charlos does not have the gap to slip out for. Charlos gets up, but Enel already compressed 10 electric balls behind him, shooting them towards Charlos, who crosses his arms, letting all the lightning beams slip past his body, but screams in pain as his arms, legs, and his entire body is burnt. Charlos collapses to the ground in pain, and Enel laughs in arrogance, walking towards Charlos, gloating about how a real god got past someone who claimed to be a god. Now, God is going to be casting judgment on the faker, charging a huge ball of electricity that will completely consume Charlos, burning his entire body due to the amount of heat generated by it. Charlos is in pain, frustrated, and angry that he has gotten hurt. Enel has made him realize his own mortality and weakness, and hearing Enel mock him about being a fake, whose intentions of killing him make him absolutely livid. Charlos has been raised as a god all his life, and now that he has met someone with a similar thought process as him, Charlos is down on the ground in front of him, being absolutely shamed. Charlos couldn't harm Enel, not even once, which makes him question on how he is going to succeed in his dream. Charlos' dream is to be stronger than the first 20, the people who won the world with their power. He wants to sit on the empty throne, which symbolizes that the world is run by no king. Charlos wants to be that king who runs this world, and he is here kneeling before some random fake who calls himself God. Charlos tries to think of something, thinking of all the strong people he knows. He remembers Sanji, so Charlos holds his hands to the ground as he spins kick Enel, imitating Sanji's kicks, which doesn't work at all. He remembers Zoro, so Charlos spins with his arms, imitating Zoro's no sword style, which does nothing to Enel. Charlos remembers Luffy, so he throws his punches out of punches, imitating Luffy's Gatling, which goes through Enel's body, while Enel laughs at the pathetic attacks that Charlos is doing. Enel comments on how Charlos is doing pathetic things during his last time before his death and decides to end it by launching the electric ball at Charlos, making Enel's chest intangible as Charlos' arm goes through Enel, making him laugh more. He tosses the electric ball, but that is when Charlos swings once more, screaming his heart out as this time it is aimed at Enel's ribs, connecting it and making Enel shocked as he bends to the side, feeling pain for the first time since this fight started. This shocks Enel so much that the electric ball dissipates, spewing lightning everywhere. Enel steps back, holding his rib in pain, right as Charlos throws another punch, but Enel backs up before Charlos could throw it, already sensing it. Charlos wishes with his entire body that his fist reaches Enel. As the fist is swung, it misses Enel's face, but Charlos doesn't give up, throwing another punch, closing the distance. Enel uses his intangibility, still not believing that Charlos could hit him, but his arrogance is his weakness as Charlos lands the punch on his chest, shocking Enel. Charlos himself is shocked, but takes his chance to hit the fourth time, going for a kick on Enel's ribs, which Enel turns into lightning and runs back, making sure that the kick doesn't touch him. Enel holds his mouth as he looks at the blood coming out of it, shocked that Charlos, a pathetic creature claiming himself to be a god, was able to touch him, a real god. Charlos feels different, not knowing that because Charlos put all of his dreams, his hopes, into punching Enel, knowing that he would die otherwise, allowing him to manifest his will into a physical shape, making contact with Enel despite his intangibility, making Enel absolutely shocked and livid. Round 2 of Charlos vs Enel is going to start, with Charlos not knowing that he used Haki, versus an Enel who's absolutely livid, wanting to rip apart Charlos for touching him, a god. This is where I'm going to be leaving this part for right here. With Charlos using Haki, how will he face Enel, who's considerably stronger than him and has found out Charlos' weakness? What are the rest of the Straw Hats doing? Will Enel kill Charlos or will Charlos come out as the victor to decide who is the real god? For all that to be answered, continue watching. Hope you guys liked this series. If you guys did, then do not forget to like the video, share it with your fellow weeps, subscribe for more great content, and comment your opinions down below. Until then,